Hey guys, Justin here from Simplified Investing. I hope you guys are all having a great weekend. As we post every week, this will be our weekly watch list video highlighting the 5 plays of the week as well as the key market breakdown. With that being said, 5 plays this week, the first one being Ford, second one being Facebook, third one being Snap, fourth one being Amazon, and then the fifth one being XOM. Hope you guys all have a great green week and look forward to trading with those of you on the team on Monday. Thank you. So getting things started for those of you who have watched our previous videos, the first thing that we always like to do is break down the NASDAQ market. And the reason being that we break down the NASDAQ market, it's going to be what a majority of you guys trade. A lot of you gave us feedback that you do trade tech stocks. That's what we primarily trade. So the NASDAQ is a more fitting indice than, say, tracking the Dow Jones, which primarily includes value stocks and things that we don't trade. So a more appropriate fit would be the NASDAQ market here. So let's break this down from a daily time frame. First, let's check out the weekly time frame here. And really what we're seeing here is we had some very high volume here on this weekly candle last week. A nice price action reversal here, but not the strength I would like to see on a weekly candle here that we do get on 131. So you can see we pushed up here, but sellers still in control here from 15,244 all the way down here to 14,700. So main reason being Facebook earnings took a big toll on the overall market. Now, Amazon did help us close up over 1% here, but the Facebook earnings were really bad, pushed the market down over 3.74% that we did close here on Thursday. So really not the strongest looking weekly candle I would want to see here. We do have that support down here near that 13,820 region. If we do get some selling, I'm expecting a bounce level here, but not the ideal strength that I would like to see here. Nice volume and price action here for a potential reversal. We did get that move to the upside here, but now sellers pushing this back down into this 14,650 region here. Breaking this down from a daily time frame perspective instead of a weekly time frame perspective, there is some glimmer of hope here. You can see we aren't trading that much volume, and you never really expect to see that much volume on an indice. So when you look for things that are like 2x the normal, which we normally look at, you're obviously not going to get that on the market unless you have a crazy day, a big news event, whatever it might be. But looking at the NASDAQ here, trying to bounce here. If we go in, we zoom in on a shorter time frame. Reason we pushed to the upside here today was from those Amazon earnings. You can see overnight on Wednesday, we had that 15,260 sold off big time here with Facebook earnings. And really what you see here is we do get this push up here following overnight for Amazon earnings, pushing to the upside here before retesting down into 14,600. Really what I would like to see, you can see continual rejection here at this 14,800 region. That would be key here in the coming week for continued upside. Going back to the daily here, really what I would like to see ideally for upside is this 15,138 level. You can see we pushed up and we rejected that region. That was also our bounce level that we had on 110, push up before continuing down here. Overall, 15,138 will round up here. Going to be a key level to watch here this coming week. That's going to be the level I'm going to be watching. As for a shorter time frame, 14,800 key 2. It's always good to have an idea of levels to watch in the NASDAQ, especially considering this before you enter into a position. So how does the NASDAQ market compare to support, resistance? What's the price action volume telling us? These are all things that you should map out before you look at your intraday plays as well. Same thing with your swing trades. So that's a breakdown on the NASDAQ market. Let's go into Ford here. This is one that's been hit hard from earnings here. You can see this was one that had a lot of strength off the lows at the end of September. Basically moved all the way from $12 to $26 in a matter of 3 months. So it doubled, ran up 100% in 3 months. Now we're seeing a distribution phase here. We're breaking down. A lot of weakness, cracking this 19 support region, which I was really watching here. You can see we continuously held it in this channel before breaking out. We continuously held it here on 124, also here on 127. Big gap down here on volume, as expected when you do have earnings. But watching this one here, if we can get a move down, let's look at this visualization back here from this level. If we can get a move down and confirmation continues below this 18 level, I do think we can see continued selling into the 1636 region. A lot of sellers here on Ford today. Not many buyers holding this up here. Not the 2x volume I would normally like to see on Ford, but a nice breakdown pattern here. If we do get a bounce, expecting a rejection here at 19, if we do break through that 19, then we could flip our bias and look to playing this to the long side intraday. But as of right now, if we do confirm below 18 and sellers continue to sell this off with volume, could potentially see this 1636 support region below on forward here, which would be looking at this from a daily time frame perspective. Facebook, I mentioned this at the beginning of the video, really bad earnings that it did report. And even Amazon didn't have the best earnings, but the market's still pushing it up 15%. So take that into consideration here, but Facebook not looking the strongest yet, but a potential reversal here. There's really two setups I see here on Facebook. Trading that 2x volume here, really the two setups I see, the first one being a breakdown of 230 to play puts on this. That will be a key region to watch here. On the flip side, I would like to see a move through the 2-3 highs here up near 247 for an upside move here on Facebook. There's really two regions here that we can see. We can, one, see a relief bounce here, or two, see a continuation off of this lower low here that we formed on Friday compared to Thursday's low here. Below 230 is going to be key here. If we zoom in on a shorter time frame interval, you can see we tested this level to basically to the cent here, obviously 11 cents here on Facebook, but bouncing, getting some buyers here, pushing this to the upside here. So really what I would like to see is a breakout through Thursday's high here, which is going to be near that 247 region for an upside move on Facebook. Otherwise, if we do break down through 230, can see continued selling on this one into that 220 region. The third play, one that's going to be an earnings play, is it's a common theme that we did get in the past week. A lot of really big earnings movers. This one's going to be Snapchat, and we're pushing up 58% here. And the premiums also portraying this as well. 400% IV on these contracts here this week, which were incredibly volatile, so incredibly high priced. Really what I would like to see is a move through this 40-50 region. 40-64 support region or resistance region was a support breakdown into a resistance before we basically made this move from 40 all the way down here to 28. So confirmation on this one would be buyers intraday order flow taking this 40-64 region to break, pushing to the upside here. Obviously, anytime you see something trading over 10x the normal amount of volume, that's something that you want to have on your watch list in the coming week for either a continuation or a potential reversal and downside here, in this case on Snapchat. So watching that region again here, watching that 40-64 region. As for a support region below, really would like to see if we do crack that 31.81 region, could see some continued selling on this. Obviously, a wide margin between those support and resistances just because Snapchat has been so volatile. Ideally, what I would like to see is a breakout through 40-64 to play this to the upside here within the coming week. Fourth play, one that I discussed a little bit earlier, was going to be Amazon, trading the highest amount of volume that we have seen in the past 52 weeks. The earnings were not as good as everyone priced them in to be. A lot of their a lot of their profit that they did make was reported from their Rivian investment, which is going to be a lot different now considering how Rivian stock price has fell so much lately, even below the IPO price. So something to take into consideration here. I'm really following this one from the volume. I'm liking that we did see a 52-week volume here, which that increased volume leads to volatility. And as a day trader, that volatility lets you take advantage of either the upside or the downside, depending on what the market's telling you. What I'm seeing here on Amazon for upside, I do want to see this level here through 32.43 break for the upside. For the downside here, let's zoom in on this on a shorter time frame, because this was actually one I was watching here today to take to the downside. Today is Friday, taking the puts to the downside here. But we saw a lot of bids here at 30.15. So we get the opening range 5-minute candle into this 30.15. Then we get the second 5-minute candle here into this 30.15. And bids are constantly holding this. So if you're a scalper, that would be a good level to watch here on Amazon in the coming week. As for intraday level to the upside here, obviously 3,300, a very key resistance level here above, as well as that 32.43 region I did discuss. So 32.43, 3,300, two key levels to watch above 30.15 on this breakdown here for Amazon. Last play, XOM, one that we actually took today here on this move. And it's really because of the secular strength. So if we look at XLE, look at the energies, look how strong this is. Now, this isn't the strongest price action candle you would like to see for a continuation. You can see a clear rejection at 70, but we aren't getting the highest amount of volume to confirm that potential reversal here. So still neutral here on XLE, the overall sector, but this is where the strength has been lately, is in the XLE sector while we have been getting a market sell-off. Energies continue to push the upside with crude oil futures also cracking $92 a barrel. Going back into XOM, really what I see here from the daily chart, we can see a clear defined trend here, not trading a crazy abnormal amount of volume as expected with ExxonMobil. It's not really one that's going to have a lot of news. It's not one that's going to trade a lot of volume. Unless you do get earnings here, which we did get back here on 2-1, and it's really setting up for a power earnings gap move. So what I mean by this is we get the strong earnings results pushing up to the upside here. If you look at this EPS, 2.08 versus a year ago at 0.65. So very, very strong move here, pushing up to the upside here, confirming through this 81 region here, pushing to the upside. You can see in the after hours we are testing that level. Would like to see 81 hold here. Let's get rid of these two levels here. Would like to see 81 hold here. If we do get a retest on this one on Monday, that would be the key level to hold here. Let's draw this as a visualization here. Let's draw this 81 level here, and then we can go in, edit properties, put that at 81. That is going to be what I'd be watching here for a continued breakout move here. Ideally want volume to confirm this, but like I mentioned before, ExxonMobil just simply not a very liquid play. So holds 81. I do think we can push and continue to the upside here with 85 potential here on ExxonMobil in the coming week. Hope you guys found this watch list video helpful. If you did, if you could give it a thumbs up and subscribe, it would be greatly appreciated. If you are interested in getting our private course, alerts, and more, feel free to check out simplified-investing.com today. We would love to have you guys on board. Hope you guys all have a great green week and look forward to trading with those of you on the team on Monday. Thank you.